Hi, I am Sandra Wilson, clinical hypnotherapist who works with misophonia and extreme sound sensitivity. Now in today's video, the question is, why do I get so triggered by the sound of dogs barking? So if the sound of dogs barking, either in your immediate vicinity, such as next door, or just a little further away down the street, triggers a very strong reaction in you, maybe anger, panic, agitation and rage, you may feel confused about why you feel this way, or even ashamed. You might think to yourself, well, it's just a dog. It's not dangerous. Why can't I cope? So if that sounds like you, if dogs barking is one of your biggest misophonia triggers, this video will help you to understand a little more about what might be happening and why it's not necessarily you. Well, it isn't you at all being unreasonable. So barking is a very high alert type of sound. It's loud, and dogs bark to communicate and to get attention, to signal an alert. And our nervous systems are wired to respond to these alert sounds. And a sudden bark can be sharp, unpredictable, high-pitched and repetitive. So that combination is especially activating to the brain. And of course, a lot of people, especially those without misophonia, would notice it. But of course, barking is designed to grab attention, but not necessarily to be a problem. You'd notice it, but you wouldn't worry. But with misophonia, your reaction is just super amplified. And of course, it can feel intrusive and uncontrollable. That is the main problem. Even though it's loud and annoying, it's uncontrollable. You have no control over it. So one of the hardest parts about these neighbours' dogs barking is that because it's so uncontrollable, you feel helpless. You didn't choose it. You can't easily stop it, and you cannot escape it. Well, you can, but it might not be practical, especially, if you're trying to go to sleep or if you're working. So when your nervous system feels trapped and powerless, reactions can intensify, and you'll know how that feels. So it's often not just the sound, it's the loss of control. And of course, if it is repetitive barking, that barking just keeps you on edge because there's no let up in it, and it doesn't really allow your nervous system to settle. So every bark can feel like a new interruption, a new jolt, a new surge of stress hormones in your bloodstream. So over time, your body may start to anticipate it, becoming hyper alert even before it hears the sound of the bark. And that is exhausting as well as distressing. And you may have spoken to the neighbours, you may have tried your best to control it, but nothing much seems to be happening. And this reaction just feels very extreme with misophonia because it triggers your fight or flight mechanism in your nervous system. And of course, that was a very primal mechanism to help you escape from danger. And this sudden anger, this rush of adrenaline, this panic and this strong urge to escape, you may even notice physical symptoms like tension or trembling. This happens faster than your conscious awareness, and it's not a choice, because if you really had been in danger, this system would have got you out of it. So it doesn't mean you hate dogs. This is the other thing, when I've helped people who are triggered by dogs, many of them love dogs. They got their own dogs. They may even really, like dogs, and it's not about you failing in morality or as a person. It's about how your nervous system interprets that sound and the fact that you can't control it. That is the main factor here. The dog may be lovely. You may really like the dog, but you cannot control its barking, especially if it's late at night, all day long, when you are trying to get a little bit of peace in your home. So if the dog barking feels disproportionately distressing to you, it doesn't mean you're difficult or oversensitive. It doesn't mean you're unreasonable. It means that your nervous system is simply trying to protect you. It's interpreted that sound as a threat, even when you know logically it's not. So when we begin working at the level of the nervous system, rather than trying to force tolerance, sitting there grinning and bearing it, reactions can often become less overwhelming with time. And if this resonates with you, you're very welcome to either get in touch with me for more information about my program, in which I help people with extreme sound sensitivity and misophonia. You can subscribe for more similar content, or just explore some of my existing content. And I will be back with more content tomorrow. Bye for now.